Hey guys, Eric Sue here. Hope you're doing well. Wanted to do a quick podcast with you guys for Next Gen MLM Hacks Radio, and hopefully we're going to have a special guest with us today. His name is Drey King, and we're going to be talking about traffic, and so hopefully he gets on. There he is. All right, let's bring him on. Drey. As he gets on, we will be talking a little bit about how to get traffic, and we'll see if he's on.
Hey, there we go. There we go.
I love the shirt.
I appreciate it. Most definitely.
All right, let's welcome Drey in to the podcast. This is Next Gen MLM Hacks Radio, and my name is Eric Sue. I found Drey through, I guess, Facebook, right? Yeah. And we connected there. We talked a little bit, and he's got some great info for us. And why don't you introduce yourself a little bit?
Well, my name is Drey King, online traffic coach. What I teach is traffic, leads, and sales on how to get that traffic to all social media platforms that you may be using. That's basically what I specialize in. And
Awesome.
From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania as well. Just a young guy, just trying to get people to be successful in their business.
Excellent. We talked a little bit about how to use Facebook, social media in general. And so you have some tips for us about how to generate more traffic, right? And can you share with us a little bit?
Yeah, so when you're gaining traffic on social media, one of the biggest things that I kind of tell people is that you're not on social media to make sales. I hope that makes sense to a couple people, because what I realized was when I first started out just in marketing, period, was that I was always trying to just make a sale on social media, whether it was Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google, any one of those platforms. So what I realized was that I was on social media to actually gain the traffic, and how to get that traffic, and also track that traffic, because a lot of people's not tracking their traffic. They actually don't know their numbers on who's visiting their website, how many impressions, how many clicks that they may have. So that's a big thing that I see on Facebook. People's always saying, hey, I want to get a lot of traffic. Is there something you want to play? Okay. And so basically, when you're gaining that traffic, what you want to do is you want to use, like I said, you want to use Facebook, you want to use Twitter, or you want to use Instagram, any one of those platforms that you may want to use. Now, when you're gaining traffic, I usually use paid advertising. But if you're a person that does not have a lot of money, as far as you're saying, hey, I don't have a lot of money to invest in paid ads, one of the best ways to use free organic traffic is your content is very powerful. So it depends on what content you're using and what platform you're actually comfortable with. So some people will tell me, hey, I don't really use Facebook, I use Instagram. So we'll go into the first example. So we'll just say that you're a person that uses Facebook. Okay, Facebook, everybody knows about Facebook. It's very, very powerful platform. So what I did was, when I first started using Facebook, was I actually just started posting content within my page, my Facebook fan page, and in my group. So I created these two flat platforms where it depends on what you're marketing and what you want to get out there. So if you're marketing, let's just say you're marketing gym fitness awareness, you would make content that says something around, okay, 4 steps on how to get ad workouts to get more efficient. So when you create that content and you post that video, you would actually put your link there. So every piece of content that you post on every social media site, always put that link to refer your customers to go back to. So that way, and when you have a Google Analytics, most people, I don't know if you know about that, but if you have a Google Analytics, or you already have an analytics account attached to your website, you usually can track how many people are actually going into your website and how many impressions that are you're getting. And the best part about that is the days that you're doing well, when you see, let's just say you had 101 people come to your site, that's a good traffic day. I call that a good traffic day. So in the content that you posted on that specific day will be the day of that content that you use that day. You should make content based around that exact content that you use for that day, because that says that the traffic that you're getting from that day, your customers like that type of content. So you're not in the dark creating content saying, well, I created all this content, Drey King, and I don't know which content that people like. That's why I said Google Analytics are tracking the people that's coming in. You'll be able to know what type of content they actually like when you're generating that traffic. That makes sense?
Right. Yeah, no. I was going to ask real quick here, in your experience and how you teach this, do you feel like it's a good idea to throw out ideas of things you want to create before creating it, so that so you are probably so what I'm trying to say is, does it make sense to put the message, content, idea out there so that you know that the market you are targeting is receptive to
Okay.
it? In other words, you don't want to waste time
Right.
in creating a book or a document or PDF or whatever without having interest.
Right. Okay. I'm glad that you asked that question, because
Yeah.
this is something that I want to teach. This is something that I'm going to teach in my group later on. I don't know when, but I just want to get it out there because I just learned this information kind of a little bit yesterday, a little bit more on it. So before you get the traffic, you have to understand who you're talking to. A lot of people are putting out content on a broad base. We kind of spoke about this. Is if I'm a car salesman and I'm selling new cars, I'm not selling just new cars. I'm selling a specific car that I really want. So let's just say I got $20,000. I say, hey, I want to buy a new car, but I'm looking for a Chevy 2018 car. So that's a specific car that I'm looking for. So the content that you will be making will be content based on the specific person that you're actually targeting. That makes sense? So before the traffic even starts, you have to write down a list of things, a list of okay, you got to look at your product. Okay, I'm going to just say this for MCA affiliates because that's what I started out at. If I'm an MCA, what I realize is a lot of people say, hey, I'm selling the benefits, or you can sell the business opportunity. Now, if I'm selling the business opportunity, somebody's going to say, well, I'm looking for entrepreneurs. That's a little broad. Okay, there's a million entrepreneurs out there. So we're looking for a specific type of person that's actually wants it. So this might be a person that's working a 9-to-5. They need part-time income. Or there could be a person that's a startup business. Hey, I'm a person that's just starting out in online marketing. So you got to narrow down who you're actually speaking to. And when you make that content as in that's exactly who you're speaking to. So I would say something as far as, okay, there are doers and learners. That's what I say. There's doers and learners. Are you teaching to the people that's starting out to learn, or are you teaching to the people that are already doing what you're trying to get them to do? So if you're a guy that's already in affiliate marketing and you're trying to find out how to get more leads and traffic, I'm going to say, hey, let me show you 4 steps how you can create traffic on your social media, inside your affiliate marketing business. That means I'm targeting a specific person. I'm talking directly to the affiliate marketer that actually is already doing affiliate marketing that needs the help. That makes sense?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And you're throwing out content there that actually appeals to people, and that's what they want, not so much what they need. Right. A lot of times we think that they need certain things. Right. But in reality, it's really what people want. I think that's the perspective that we need to be able to remember.
Right. And the best part about it is, this is what I do. It's a very great, powerful tool I think everybody should do. Whatever you're selling, whatever service or product that you're selling, you need to go inside all the groups. I'm friends with a lot of groups. You might call me the spy, whatever you want to call me. I go in there and I look around. I look at who's the admin, what are they doing, what are they doing, and then I look at the issues that the people are having. I write down the list of problems that people are having. Once I write down the list, now I can create content directing to those issues. That is the best part about it, is because now I'm targeting exactly what your problem is. Okay, and then I'm able to connect with you on a personal level and say, okay, if I see something scroll down my timeline and I'm struggling to get I'm struggling to create content or run paid advertising, or I need help doing anything, if I create content resolving the issue, then you'll be more appealed to click on my offer or my sales funnel, whatever you may call it, whatever that content is based on. It'll be more appealing to them to come in.
Right. So you create this content and you go back into the group and then you say, hey, I've got this product or /PDF.
Yeah, so I don't really try to, what I usually do, so I don't want to, I call it like a conflict of interest, because I don't want to post stuff in people's groups to try to take their people. You know what I mean? I don't want people to get upset and say, hey, why is he trying to, you know what I mean? Some people are okay with you posting content in their group. But, you know, when I first started out doing what I just told you, I got banned from a couple groups. So I was like, oh, that's not good. So what I'll do is become friends with the people that I see in the group that are having these issues. And then I'll get them to become friends with my fan page and my group. Now, it's their option if they want to come into the group. But if they do, that's a great thing. Now they're able to see my content inside my group. And it might be more helpful for them to, you know, say, hey, I like Drey King's content better. I'm not forcing you. You're saying, okay, I'm giving you the option to come to me if you would like. But if I make content based on your issue, you're going to more likely say, hey, I might want to check you out. And recently, a lady, she's friends with another group. Actually, friend requested her. And today I told her, I said on my group that I'm going to be telling you 4 steps how to create a sales funnel inside your affiliate marketing business. She said, how do I create a sales funnel? I said that the training will be dropping this afternoon. And you see how easy that was, because she understood that she's having this issue and she wants to see that content that's going to help her.
Right. It's called being receptive. The pool that you're reaching out to is the correct market / target audience. So therefore, they're more open and receptive.
Right. And that's why I said that's before the traffic. Now, when you start to create the content on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever social media platform that you may be using, that content that you create will be a great tool, because now you know what their issue is. Now you know their problem. Now you know, okay, I got to create content to resolve the issue. And that's why I said the one thing I learned from just my mentor in general was you can sell a bottle of water to anybody that's in a desert, meaning a starving crowd. So if they're already looking for the problem solver, you can make income without a problem, because you're solving issues. You're getting rid of their problem. Right.
Got it. So to summarize real quick here, what we have said so far was basically getting content, but getting content from people who have problems, and people who have problems are in groups.
Right. Exactly. And also try to become friends with those people that are having those issues, so that way you can persuade.
Right. And so you're talking about a group that you created, a closed group maybe, or something, right? And you're inviting people to join that group because you have content that they may want.
Right. Because guess what? You're not gonna take anything that's not valuable to you. And I find that a lot in a lot of people's groups. I find that on timelines. People are creating all this content. Hey, how you can make $500 a week? That's a broad picture. You know what I mean? That's a broad picture. Like, of course, everybody wants to make, you know, $500 or $1,000 a week, but who are you actually talking to? So when I make content, I make content based off of exactly who I'm speaking to, if it's a YouTube video or for anything I'm creating.
Right. I was going to ask you, what is your take on those people who do that, which is, hey, you can make $500 a week, you can make $200 a day, whatever, those types of posts? What do you think is going through their mind? Are they trying to poach? Are they trying to get new signups? What is that approach? How would you
That
describe that?
approach to me is a person that's joined into affiliate marketing more likely, because it's usually affiliate marketing that I see that does that a lot, and they do it because it's people mock what they see. So if they see another person doing it and they're getting a whole bunch of likes and people's commenting,
Right.
they do exactly what they're doing, but that's not a good thing. They just do it because they're new. They're kind of new to the business, and they don't really understand how the platform actually works. And this is just only for myself too. I'm not saying that I didn't start off doing that. I was doing that too. If I look at old posts that I was like, wow, I was completely lost. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just doing it. And I felt like I said, I was doing the same thing because I seen other people doing that. And it's just a bad trend that is created online marketers. And the thing about it is, if you look at the 1% top internet marketers, Russell Brunson, Vince Reed, all the top marketers, whoever there is that may be making a lot of money, they don't do that. They do not do that. They make content based off of what the issue is. Basically, even when I'm looking at Ty Lopez or somebody on the timeline, he's making content based on what their problems are. He's not just saying if you want to make $1,000 a day, click right now. He's not saying that. He's saying the issue before he said, hey, if you have this problem, this is what you can do. He's directing it to a specific person. So you got to think about it when you're targeting somebody, target your audience, your avatar. You're talking to one person. I'm not saying that you're not talking to a whole bunch of people. That one person describes a million people that's in this small box of people that you really actually are looking. And like I said, the people that are making that content, it's just a bad trend that they see other people do all the time. And they feel like it's going to work for them. They're like, okay, well, I guess that's what they're doing. I'm going to do it too. And it's like, no, that's not the way it works.
It's not really a value-added type of content, first of all, right? And then technically, it's not really a business if you do it that way. Would that be kind of accurate?
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely, I agree. Yeah, definitely.
It's just like fishing in a pond and hoping someone's going to.
Right. And it's like, okay, if we're fishing, this is a prime example. I'm glad that you said that. If we're fishing and I want to catch, I'm going to just say, I don't know about fish, but I'm going to just say any type of fish. We're trying to catch salmon or something. We're trying to catch salmon fish. We're going to have salmon bait. I'm not just going to throw my hook out there. I got to have salmon bait to get that type of fish to come to me. So like I said, I got to create that type of content that directs that message to that specific person.
Right. Yeah. And then ultimately the outcome that we are looking for is obviously getting someone to enter our world, meaning give us their email. Is that right?
Yeah. So when you want them to give your email, that's the bread and butter. That's the lead. So before you even get a lead, everything's already sold before you get the lead. I say this because people don't understand that. Okay, like I said, if you create a video that says, "Hey, this will double your conversion," this actually works. I'm serious. This actually works. If you say in the first video, and you're running an ad, and it's coming down your timeline, and that ad says, "What I'm dealing with, okay, I'm having problems with getting traffic. 4 steps on how to get traffic." And then when you watch that video on that ad, and it shows you, and I show you in a video on the whiteboard, if it's the laptop, whatever it may be, and I show you those 4 steps, and then it says, click at the bottom if you want 4 more steps on how to get traffic. Guess what happens? They click the button and they give you the email and their name. Okay. Now they're like, okay, I want more because I just got a little piece. It's like crumbs. Okay. You're giving them a piece of what they already looking for. And then they give you the email. And then once they get inside your world, now on that next video, you show them the next 3 steps on how to get traffic. And then guess what? On the next video, it's going to say, if you want traffic and you want to get even more traffic and you want access to my training right now, click the button at the bottom and you can register and get in now. That is a perfect sales funnel.
Right. And that's a really good point because ultimately people need small bites sometimes to to take action.
Right.
Some of it's free, a lot of it's free, and that gets their foot in the door. But then they now have to take the next step and actually click.
Right.
So, or what you were saying, right? And so
right, and
I totally
most definitely, I definitely agree. It's just like I said, it's a process. I look at it as, okay, like I said, I don't eat McDonald's, I don't eat fast food. I'm like a vegan guy. I care about my health, but look at McDonald's when you go through their sales funnel. Their sales funnel is the drive-through. I told my I told my fiance this the other day. I said the sales funnel is the drive-through. You go through the drive-through, you look at the menu, you see what you like, you choose, and then you go to the next step. What happens? You pay, and then you get the product. That's the sales funnel. They do it to us all day, every day. They even upsell us every single day. They say, hey, you want the Big Mac? Number one, you want to supersize that? They upsold us. So people, the thing about human beings, what I learned is we're always looking for steps to get to something. That's just the way we operate. And I always notice that everybody's looking for the next step, the next level. It doesn't matter. You can make $1 million. We're going to try to, if we made $1 million today, we'll try to make $1 billion. There's always going to be a next step. Like, how can I get to this next step? So I kind of create steps that people can go through to the next level, to the next level, to the next level. It's a never ending story until they get to their goal. And once they get to their goal, they kind of like, okay, I got everything I needed out of him. I appreciate you, Drey King. You gave me everything I needed. And that makes you valuable to the market to say he's really helping people be successful.
What would be the list, the short list or whatever list you want to share with us to begin this whole
process,
trafficking process? We said a lot, and I guess I would like to summarize a little bit and maybe have a checklist of this is what you would need. Maybe you said Google Analytics, you said you need a Facebook account, Instagram account, whatever account. Once you got those set up,
okay.
Right?
So step one, target your market. Who are you specifically trying? What are you selling? First of all, rewind that. Number one, what are you selling? Or is it a service or a product? Those are the only two things that you can really sell, is a service or a product. After you find out the service or the product that you may have, that's the step one. Step two, what is the issue that people are having that your product can solve? You need to write down every problem that you see on social media that they are having issues with. If they're having issues with that, become friends with them. Step three, create content that's directly to the audience that's looking for they're looking for the resolution. You have to make that step three. When you start making that, and be consistent is number four. Always be dropping content on a daily basis. I'm not saying that you have to flood the timeline, but at least make a video a week. You can do that and make a video. I'm telling people like, oh, well, I don't have a camera. Trust me, I started out with an iPhone. Shooting videos. That's what I did. And these iPhones are pretty clear. We know that. You can shoot a video. You can buy a whiteboard at Walmart or something, and you can get started. Those are the four-step process. Number one, what are you selling? What is product or service are you selling? Number two, what's the resolution to that problem of those people that product or service that you're selling? How could you solve their problems? Number three, find those people that are looking for that. Number four, create content around their issues and be in issues so that way they can come towards you. That's the steps I would take.
Yeah. And then would you have recommendations on posting frequency, posting times?
Okay.
Post whenever. What is your take on that?
Okay, so I feel like time. You talking about when you would like post content and what time you should?
Yeah, some people might be like, do I do it in the morning? Do I do it in the evening? Do I do it once a day? Do I do it 3 times a day?
Okay, so usually me, I'm like, I wake up like 7 in the morning and I'm like at the gym. So it depends on what type of person you are. If you're a morning person, post in the morning and post in the afternoon. But I think a person at least should post content at least 3 to 6 times a day. I'm not saying, like I said, I don't say flood the timeline. I'm usually on the schedule. I usually post at least 2 training videos a week. But as far as the content, I mean, as far as posting, I would look at, personally, I would just look at what times people are really online. Really kind of follow what time they're really hopping online. But more likely to me personally, my advice is the morning and afternoon. There's not a lot of people that's on at late night, unless they're true marketers. Like, people that's always on their phones and always, but the world's always online 24/7 to me personally. So I feel like any time's a good time, but just not like super late, like 1 o'clock, 2 in the morning. But in the morning and like in the middle of the afternoon is when people will engage. And usually, like I said, you need a Google Analytics or some type of analytics to track. It'll tell you what time people's coming in. Like my Instagram, it has its own analytics. Everybody has an Instagram. And it'll tell you how many people during the day, Tuesday or Monday, when you have high ratings, when people are visiting your page. It'll tell you. Just like your Facebook fan page, it'll tell you what time people are viewing your page in the evening or the morning, what's a good time. So based off of the analytics, I would just pay attention to that, so that way you'll know when's a good time to start posting your content.
Right. One thing I really want to make sure that people understand is that we talked about getting email, right? What service do people use to capture email?
Okay.
That's always been the number one question, I guess, on people's minds. Like, it's good to say that we need to capture emails. Okay.
So this is very important. If you don't have an email list, you don't have a business. I'm sorry, you don't have a business. It's serious, because when you're building a list, those are people that trust you. I'm not going to buy anything off you if I don't trust you. And if you're in affiliate marketing and let me just say you made $1,000. If they're not in your list and you're not following up with them, after that, the sale's done. It's over. It's goodbye. If you have a list, that's your asset. So list building, I was just talking about this in one of my trainings. The value of a lead is very important. The value of a lead is worth $1 per lead. The reason why I said if you have 1,000 people in your list, you should be earning roughly around $1,000 a month, because those people you have built in a relationship with those people, and now you're following up with those people. How many emails do you have in your email? And you look at people that you opted into your pages, you put your name and email, and they're sending out information to you on the daily. So if a person took the time to look at your email, that means that they trust you. They want to see what's going on. They actually trust you. So when you want to capture that lead, I use MailChimp. I love MailChimp. It's the automation's only $10 a month. It's pretty cheap. That's not a lot of money at all. Or you can use Aweber. I used to use Aweber, but like I said, I like MailChimp better. There are other autoresponders out there, but those are the 2 main ones that I would prefer to anybody to use. They're good autoresponders. And
so help people understand real quick, Drey, what you're talking about. Those are email servers, right? And how do you capture emails through them? Is that right?
Right. So it depends on.
So that people understand.
Right. I understand. So when you use an autoresponder, your autoresponders, a thing where it's like a system where you can create emails that go out automatically to your customers. So let's just say you have a capture page, and it has a video on it, and then it says, put your name and email here. And that's how you would capture your lead when they click on.
That's through MailChimp?
Right. So with my ClickFunnels, I have MailChimp. They're integrated. What I mean by integrated, meaning the systems are tied together. Basically, I can put that inside my sales funnel. So when that email is inside my sales funnel and they click on my link, what happens is my form pops up and it says, put your name and email here. And that's after I explain what they're getting. And then I tell them that. And that's how I capture the lead so they're in my autoresponder. And like I said, that list is very important, because those are the people that trust you and believe that you're going to deliver what you said you're going to deliver. And that's basically what the capture page does. So you need, like I said, MailChimp or Aweber, and you need an autoresponder. It's
So basically what's happening is, just so that people can visualize this, would be you're posting content, which we talked about earlier, content that people want, and it solves their problem.
Right.
And then what happens when they click on the go get this how-to 5 steps or whatever, they go to the MailChimp capture
Right.
page.
So they're,
is that sort of that process?
right. So they go right inside. They go right inside that. They go right inside. Just give me 1 second. I just want to show you this real quick. I know I'm moving around. I don't really want to move around.
Are you going to draw on a whiteboard?
No, yeah, just real quick. I just want to show you a view of what it looks like. Because some people, when you're explaining it, they really don't know what it looks like. So I just want to draw it real quick. So, okay, just give me 1 second. This is only going to take me 2 seconds. So when they do it,
this is really key, right? This is really how it all operates, right? Without this process, nothing.
Right. Because what people do is they'll take their customer straight to the website, which I did too. So I'm not, and no customer, and they'll look around and say, "Hey, I don't want this." You have to persuade the customer to even want to engage in that, right? So
yeah, I know what you're saying. While you're drawing this out, I know what you're saying, which is a lot of people say, "Hey, I got this product. It's great for you. Go to this link and buy
it." Right. And it's like, no, that's not how it works. Okay. So I just want to show you.
There may be some products like that people buy like that, but not all products.
Right. Yeah. Some products, I'm not going to say it doesn't work. It depends on your brand. If your brand's that big, more likely they'll probably just go to your website and buy.
I think it's called no duh. No duh products are like, yeah, no duh, I need eggs. No duh, I need gas.
Right.
I'll get those things. I don't need someone to tell me those things. Those are no duhs. But there's other stuff that people need some explanation.
Right. So, okay. Let me just give you guys a little view. Okay. Just give me 1 second. Let me turn my camera around.
Famous Drey whiteboard.
Okay, so this is just I know my draw is not the perfect, but so this is.
I can see it, by the way. So
okay, this is the ad that's on. Right. So, okay, this is the video. And this is your, right over here, your capture page. This is where your lead would go. Okay, so your lead would go here. So after they see the video here of explaining 3 steps on how to blah, 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 et cetera, they would hit a link right here. They would say, click here. And guess what happens? They go here, and there's another video that says, hey, 3 more tips on da-da-da-da, and you explain your offer. Now they give you the email and their first and last. I mean, they give you their first name, they give you the email, and then now they're in your MailChimp right here, right? And then they go to the next video. This is the website where you want them to buy, so it links them to here where the money should come out. And then the MailChimp, this is promoting them back to the offer. You get what I'm saying? So when people visualize this, it's a 1, 2, 3 step process. Actually 4, because it's the MailChimp. So the ad would be running. Even if you don't have ads, let's just say this is content. So for people that don't have money for ads, this would just be your content that directs them to here, to the capture page. And once they get into this capture page and they give you their email and their name, their personal information, they go directly right into the autoresponder. Now, what happens? They follow up. I just put FO, but follow up. They follow up. You're following up with them on a daily routine through your autoresponder, which most people don't understand, that this is to build the rapport with the customer. So that way you're always in front of your customer. You're always reaching back out to them.
What software are you using for lead capturing? MailChimp again?
I'm using, like I said, I'm using MailChimp, and I use for my capture page, I actually use ClickFunnels, because ClickFunnels a lot.
Okay, so that, let's be clear for everyone who's watching here. MailChimp is not the capture page. MailChimp is the autoresponder software.
Right. MailChimp is the
Right.
autoresponder to get, you know what I mean, to create your email list.
So do you think a lot of people are missing the capture page software?
Yes, I absolutely do. I think that I see that. I actually, like I said, I'm like the spy guy. I'm always clicking on links just to see what other marketers are doing, and they're taking you straight to the site. They're just taking you, they're creating content and they're just taking you straight to the site. So, if you do not have a capture page, just go on Google, type in capture pages, and they will be able to show you a lot of capture pages that are for free, ones that you can pay for. But you usually, more than 9 times out of 10, you can link your MailChimp or your Aweber, because Aweber and MailChimp are big platforms that a lot of people use for their business. So you can integrate it with a lot of capture pages. And when you integrate those together, tied together, and people go to the capture page, like I said, what begins to happen is you already explained to them before what they're getting. So clarity is very important too. So people have to be clear on what they're giving their customer. So once the customer gets to the capture page, you want to capture the lead. And the lead is the email and the name. So, and there's another problem that I see that happens. I ran into this problem. People say, hey, well, what if they give me a fake email and a fake name? Okay, that's a big issue. So what you do is you explain in the video, hey, 3 steps on how to create this, and this is how you do. If you're serious about really getting traffic, put your name and email in. So when you're targeting the right customer and you're actually telling them what they're getting, more 9 times out of 10, they're not going to give you a fake email because they really want it.
Yeah. Right. So there's not, it can happen, but it's not a big concern because these are serious people who actually would take that step, right?
So that's the difference between, I call it difference between bad leads and good leads. People just want to get a whole bunch of leads. Leads doesn't mean sales. I just want to make that clear to anybody that's listening. Leads doesn't make sales. Leads give you more people to speak to more than your competitor. So the more people you speak to, you'll be able to do that.
Cool. How can you summarize all what we talked about, if you remember what we talked about today?
Yeah, so to summarize everything is basically before you're creating the traffic, like I said, you have to find out the product and service that you're offering to your customer. And then you have to find out the problem that your customer has, and then make content based off the problem that your customer has, and do that on a consistent daily basis or a weekly basis, and create at least a Facebook group or a Facebook fan page to actually get those customers to engage on all social media platforms with your offers. And also capturing the lead. If you want to capture the lead, make sure you're solving their problem. Make sure you're solving their issue.
Right. And actually, just real quick here, bringing them into your Facebook group, that is step maybe like pre-1. Right? Yeah. Because if you don't have an audience, like you said, then there is no more marketing to anyone, right? So,
and a lot of people, I see they use their regular Facebook page, which that like that's fine. I'm not saying it's nothing wrong with it, but you really want to condition your customers to be in a like private group where you can get personal with them. Your page is really for everybody to come to see your content. Right. That's like I call it like the storefront, but when you get them into the group, that's usually like creating that gated community.
Right. Excellent. And then all of a sudden you have people you can speak to freely because that's your group.
Right. And you can, like I said, you can connect to them. If people like your statuses and comment back, talk to them. That's building the relationship to get them to trust you.
Right. So going back to the McDonald's analogy, it's sort of like, they gave you the Big Mac. Now they want you go back again, and then maybe you'll have the apple pie because, hey, you're there.
Right, and that's another thing is when you're creating. So I'm creating like I said, a Drey King online traffic secrets group, and when you're creating your brand and you're creating your brand and you want them to really engage with you. You have to make, like I said, just make that content based on the issues that they may be having. I stress that a lot in this videos because people are not making content based off the problem. They're making content based off of just what other people are doing, which is a bad thing to do. It's just not good. You have to solve the issue. Just like anything, I tell people, let me just say it like this on the video. Look around in your house on all the products and services, the products that you have bought. And those products that you bought them because they were convenient. They helped you resolve the issue, right? Who's okay, before they came out with a shake to chop your fruit up, you probably chopped it up yourself. You know what I mean? Before they came out with that, so you can, it's to solve your issue, your problem. So just like when they first, I don't know who first made a knife, but obviously they were probably using something else to cut. But when they start coming out with knives, that was to solve the issue so people wouldn't have to do it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So look at things around you and say, hey, what I got a product. Okay, Drey King, I got a product. Matter of fact, I got a service, because mine is a service. I'll be training people. So mine is a service. And if I got a service, who am I reaching out to? Who would buy this product? And the people that would buy my product is people that are actually in a online business or in affiliate marketing. And I got to find out what their problems are. And I make content based off that.
Yeah, very good. Excellent. I wanted to ask, how do people get more info from you, join your group, or, get in touch?
Yeah, so if you really actually want to go to my group, it's Online Traffic and Leads Coach, you can go there. Drey King is my page. If you want to engage with me, if you have any issues trying to create traffic, trying to make sales online, just reach out to me. You can click right on my page and engage with me. I'll engage right back with you. Basically, yeah, I'll show you, I'll give you training. My training is basically free for right now because I'm building a brand, like I tell everybody. So you can get it while it's free right now, because eventually I'm going to charge to get inside my community and my group. But right now, like I said, I'm free hands right now, just trying to help people understand how to get in contact with their market.
Cool. Excellent. Hey, Drey, thank you so much for being on this podcast with me today. This is going to be on iTunes soon. I'll transcribe this in over there. And thank you for your time.
All right. Appreciate it, man. You have a good one.
All right. Bye.